Tencent probably expected more from Arena of Valor when it launched the game in North America last December. After all, it is the highest grossing mobile title last year, pulling in $1.9 billion in revenue. It's gargantuan in China, but on this side of the Pacific, it barely registers. Even with the mythos-shattering introduction of DC heroes like Batman and Superman, it's mostly floundered. People are playing it, there's not really an issue getting into a game, just most people on this continent aren't spending any money on it. So what does one do in 2018 when they want to make money on a video game? You put it on the Switch. If you're already familiar with Arena of Valor, there are a few things you should know about the Switch port. For starters, Nintendo Switch Online subscription is not required to play. Second, the Switch version will interact with neither the iOS nor Android versions. Finally, at the time of this writing, the deathmatch game option and DC characters are not available. Anything this game lacks compared to the mobile versions, it makes up for by being a more polished and playable version of the game. The tutorial for Arena of Valor tells you everything you need to know about playing the game. AOV is a Moba, and the primary objective for most of its modes is to work your way through enemy towers, defeating AI-controlled grunts and human opponents alike until you and your team take down the opposition's core. Players start each round at square one, leveling up their characters by defeating foes, taking down towers, or eliminating any of the monsters found off the main path of battle. As players level up and gain money, they'll unlock and strengthen special moves as well as buy armor, accessories, and attack buffs all in real time. It could take some time to learn, though anyone familiar with Dota or Heroes of the Storm should fit right in. If you have months of experience with the mobile version, your first 10 rounds or so should be cakewalks. You'll likely score MVP every time. At least that's true of the main mode. Grand Battle is the primary mode in Arena of Valor. This is the bog standard MOBA setup, with 2 teams of 5 working their way through up to 9 enemy towers to demolish the core. This mode takes place on the Antares battlefield, which has never looked better than it does on Switch. Valley Skirmish is a 3 vs 3 mode, with just 2 towers on each side standing between teams and their cores. Solo Battle is a one-on-one competition with a single tower and core, while Abyssal Clash is another 5 vs 5 mode that's more direct combat oriented than Grand Battle. Instead of letting players choose their characters, Abyssal Clash picks fighters at random, though you do have the ability to re-roll a limited number of times. Each team has just 2 towers and a core to defend on a single pathway, leading to matches that are frequently just all 10 people fighting at once in an all-out slobber knocker. It's quite the frantic mode, and you have to approach it differently than the others. You can usually annihilate the competition with Valheim, one of the 2 characters I unlocked at launch, but he could be pretty useless in Abyssal Clash. Every mode is available from the start, with a special mode Hook Wars relegated to weekends only. If you want to play ranked matches, you can't until you unlock 5 characters. It's a stupid limitation that carries over from the mobile version. Arena of Valor starts players off with 2 of the 39 characters available. Unlocking more requires either real-world money or in-game gold. Through matches, achievements, and other rewards, you can slowly accumulate gold to buy permanent usage of characters. Or, you can spend real money on vouchers to unlock them right away. To give you an idea of how much you can spend in this game, one of the most expensive characters is Lu Bu. His coin price is a staggering 13,888, or it can be purchased for 999 vouchers, which will set you back about $10. Coins and vouchers are 2 of the currencies in Arena of Valor, but there are also gems. These are gained through chests and daily rewards and can be used to purchase Arcana. The Arcana pool is one of the ways you're able to customize your characters. As you level up, you unlock Arcana slots, which you can then fill with buffs to strengthen your attacks, defense, and energy. There's yet another level of customization available called the Armory. During play, it's on you as the player to purchase armor and accessories. When you use the auto-buy feature, which everyone should probably do until they get the hang of it, you can dictate in advance which purchases your character makes by setting up their individualized Armory upgrade tree. It may sound like a lot, but in practice it's easy to keep track of. You'll probably find yourself sticking to 2 or 3 characters that you're best with, though you could also dabble in free fighters that the game lets you try out to get a taste of the character classes you're less proficient in. Though it very much wears its mobile roots on its sleeve, Arena of Valor isn't as in-your-face about getting you to spend real money. The interface here is clean and not as cluttered as its mobile brethren. That might change as time goes on, but as of right now, it's the least aggressive interface for a free-to-play game that you'll likely encounter. In fact, one has to hand it to Tencent Games. It could have easily just ported the game over to Switch with few changes and called it a day. But the development team really took the extra steps to make this the most enjoyable way to play Arena of Valor. A touchscreen can't compete with real buttons, and while the control setup for Arena of Valor might take a few minutes to acquaint yourself with, it's incredibly intuitive in practice. Unlike a lot of other games on Switch, it makes extensive use of all 4 shoulder buttons. The L, R, and ZL buttons control the special moves you can unlock for your character, while ZR is its own maneuver that you can equip before battle. The face buttons control everything else, and it all just works so well. Even the netcode is rock solid. Drop matches aren't really an issue, and your ping rate is likely to be within an acceptable range at all times. The Switch's beta test of Arena of Valor showed so much promise that one could say Tencent Games wasn't screwing around. It still isn't. This is the absolute premier way to play the game. Arena of Valor may have been born on mobile, but on Switch is where it feels at home. To check out this and other written reviews, be sure to head over to Destructoid.com.